Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the Materials Online School. The Materials Online School is here to help students prepare for the exams in every subject. Today we're going to be looking at the English language, and we're going to be learning how to write a proper writer's address in an informal letter. So today we're going to be learning the rules that you have to obey while writing the writer's address in an informal letter, the WAEC standard way of writing the writer's address in an informal letter. This is very important because there are some rules, there are some guides that will help you to write your address the way you are being expected by WAEC examiners to write the address. So it's important to learn what they want you to know and how the examiners want you to write the address. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. First, what do I mean by the writer's address? Writer's address is the address of the person who is writing the letter. Okay, now when you have your script, when you have your paper in the exam and you're about to write an informal letter, the first thing you have to do is to write the address, right? And the address has to be at the top right hand corner of the margin. Top right hand corner of the margin. Okay, that's where your address has to be. Let's imagine this to be your paper, your script in the exam. Okay, now this is where you're going to write the address, top right hand corner of the margin. Okay, so now let's say, for example, before we start writing the address, I want you to bear in mind that WAEC expects you to write your address in 2 or 3 lines. Okay, 2 or 3 lines. Now, if the letter is given outside the country, you have to include Nigeria. If the letter is within Nigeria, okay, you stop your address at your state, okay, at the state where you are writing from. Okay, so make sure you take note of where the person you are writing to stays. If you're asked to write to somebody who stays abroad, make sure your address ends in Nigeria. If you're asked to write to your friend in another school, your address should end in the name of your state. Okay, so please take note of that. So writer's address, like I said, has to be at the top right hand corner of the margin. Let's say, for example, my street name is 10 Peace Street. 10 Peace Street. 10 Peace Street. Okay. 10 Peace Street. 10 Peace Street. And make sure you mark up with a comma. Make sure you mark up with a comma. Now, after you've written the street name, the next thing you have to write is the town's name, where the street is. Is the street in Port Harcourt? Is the street in Umuahia? What's the town's name or the city's name? Okay, where the street is. Now let's say number 10 P Street, Ikeja. Okay, number 10 P Street, Ikeja. That's the name of the city. Name of the city. Number 10 P Street, Ikeja. Now, where is Ikeja? In which state do we have Ikeja? In which state do we have Ikeja? Lagos. Okay, so you write number 10 P Street, Ikeja, Lagos. Lagos. Now, if the letter is going outside Nigeria, you put your comma here and you write Nigeria. But if the letter is for someone who lives in Nigeria, then the full stop has to be here. Okay, you put a full stop here. But if the letter is for someone outside Nigeria, you write Nigeria. Nigeria, full stop. Okay, so just take note of that, and also make sure that the address is in a block format. Okay, make sure your address is arranged in a straight vertical line. We call it a block format. So this is simply how to write your address, and I want you to take note of something. This is that every word in this address starts with a capital letter. Okay, P starts with capital P, S starts with capital S, street starts with capital S, Ikeja, capital I, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, every word in this address starts a capital letter. That's very important, please. Now, after the address, what do you have to do next? What else are you going to write? You're going to write the date. Okay. Now, the date, where do you have to write your date? Your date should come under the address, immediately after the address, just on the line below the address. Okay, that's where you have to write your date, on the line below the address. Do not skip any line. Do not skip any line. Like, make sure your date comes on the line below the address. Okay, let's say today is 8th, and please, while writing your date, make sure you write your date in ordinal numbers. What do I mean by ordinal numbers? I mean first, second, third, 20th, 30th, 28th, etc. You understand? So make sure you write in order numbers. Let's say today is 8th May. Okay, you write 8th May. Okay, May has to start with a capital letter. The name of the month has to start with a capital letter. Then make sure you mark off with a comma. Now 8th May 2025, full stop. 8th May 2025, full stop. Another important thing you need to know is that you shouldn't abbreviate the name of the month. You shouldn't abbreviate the name of the month. Okay. Now you don't write Jan in place of January, okay, or Feb in place of February. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you write the name of the month in full. Write the name of the month in full. Do not abbreviate the name of the month. Okay, please take note of that. So we have 8th May 2025. Now, after your date, what do you have to write next? Now, you move to the left-hand corner of the margin, okay? You move to the left-hand corner of the margin. What are you going to write here? The salutation. After the date, you have the salutation. Now, after the date, this is where you have to skip one line. Skip one line. Skip one line after the date. Okay, skip one line after the date, then you write your salutation. After the date, leave this line. Okay, don't write your salutation on this line. Okay, write your salutation on this line. Skip one line after the date before writing the salutation. Okay, now the salutation has to start on the left hand corner of the margin. Now the salutation of an informal letter has to be dear plus the person's first name. Dear and the person's first name, not the person's first name and the surname, but just the person's first name. Dear plus the person's first name or nickname. Okay, now let's say dear Bosse. Dear Bosse. Okay, now this comma is very important. If you forget to mark off your salutation with a comma, you're going to lose some marks in mechanical accuracy. So make sure your salutation is marked off with a comma. Dear Bosse, comma. Now notice that dear and Bosse all start with capital letters. Dear starts with capital letter, Bosse starts with a capital letter. Okay, so that's how to write the salutation. That's how to write the salutation, the date, and the address. So if you're able to get all this correct, if you're able to get this right, you would have earned some marks already before going into the body of the letter. In my next lesson, I'm going to teach how to develop the body of an informal letter. That's what we're going to be focusing on in my next video. Please keep tabs with this channel by clicking on the like button, share the video to your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed already. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed already. Thank you very much for learning with me today. We'll see you again very soon in another video.